Well, these are pictures we're getting you from the Indira Gandhi International Airport. US President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama expected to board the Air Force One craft any time now. They'll be flying out to Saudi Arabia. In fact, the duo cut short their India visit so that they could fly to Saudi Arabia to pay condolences to the family of late King Abdullah. They're also going there to meet the new ruler of Saudi Arabia, King Salman Abdul Aziz. It's been a packed 2.5 days for Barack Obama. In fact, today he addressed a select audience at Delhi's Sri Fort Auditorium, where he won many hearts with his speech. Obama started the speech with a namaste, ended it with a Jai Hind. Let's get a word from our Strategic Affairs Editor Gaurav Sawant, who's with us on the phone line. Gaurav, the Obamas now about to leave the country after a successful trip.
This is being seen as a successful trip, Simi. The civil nuclear deal has moved forward, moving towards operationalization and commercialization of this deal. So that's a big step forward. It still remains to be seen how long will it take for the first reactor to be put in India, but there are assurances about US backing India for a permanent seat in the Security Council, closer people-to-people interaction, closer strategic ties, closer defense cooperation. America working on 3 smart cities, Ajmer, Ali, and Vishakhapatnam, and Allahabad, a part of these 3 smart cities that the US will work on. So, also in the field of education,
all right, Gaurav, hold your thought. I'm going to come back to you. We're getting live visuals of Michelle Obama there getting off the Beast, as the Obama's limousine is called. They're now about to board the Air Force One plane that's waiting. Still not been able to get pictures of Barack Obama. He addressed crowds at Sri Fort Stadium this morning. These are pictures that we're getting you from the national capital. The Obamas finishing off their visit. There you have US President Barack Obama saying his final goodbye to the dignitaries who've gathered there at the airport before he leaves for Saudi Arabia. The Obamas, remember, was scheduled to visit Agra as well, to pay a visit to the Taj, but they cut short their trip. A statement from the White House said that the Obamas will be traveling to Saudi Arabia to pay condolences to the family of late King Abdullah. There you have on your screens Michelle Obama. We hope we could have seen a little more of her, but it was a quiet sort of a visit for the US First Lady. Barack Obama, of course, won many hearts, even today at the Sri Fort Auditorium, where he made a speech. He started with a Jai Hind, he started with a Namaste, ended with a Jai Hind. Also had his DDLJ moment where he almost started that one line saying that छोटे-छोटे शहरों में बड़े-बड़े शहरों में छोटी-छोटी बातें होती रहती हैं. So he addressed youngsters there, capturing many hearts. Of course, there's been a big debate going on social networking sites as well about who has emerged as the bigger style icon. Michelle Obama, who's internationally recognized, or Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whose clothes have also been discussed at great length. The visuals on your screens, US President Barack Obama and the US First Lady Michelle Obama boarding the Air Force One flight on their way to Saudi Arabia after a trip that is being seen as a successful one by Indian diplomats and strategic experts. Hurdles in the nuclear deal, some of them have been cleared up. Crucial business agreements have also been signed, and of course the much talked about chemistry between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President is also something that's been hitting headlines. This is a visit that was covered not just by the Indian media at great length, but also by the international media. This is a story that made headlines even in China. In fact, we've been reporting on how the Chinese state media, Xinhua, has questioned the chemistry between Modi and Obama and said that India realizes that it cannot really be a strong ally to the US. Also putting a question mark on the chemistry and saying the two leaders haven't met enough number of times to be such good friends. Of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi showed through his speech after the delegation level talks that he shares a very friendly equation with the US President. He referred to him twice or thrice as Barack with his first name. This is a trip which is being seen as a successful one by both sides, something that brought leaders from the two countries together. Some crucial developments on the strategic front as well. The US President, of course, got to witness India's military might live from Rajpath when he was the chief guest of the Republic Day parade yesterday. Our Strategic Affairs Editor Gaurav Sawant is with us. Gaurav, you're taking us through the big takeaways from this trip.
The big takeaways, as you rightly pointed out, Simi, include forward movement on the civil nuclear deal, the strategic tie-up as far as counter-terrorism is concerned, on security, on education. Another major takeaway from this deal is also India and the US business-to-business contact, and that was something which was extremely crucial. The US President Barack Obama did point out that just a $4 billion loan or business initiation is not enough. This is a vastly untapped market. Two sides really need to move forward on this, and that is when vested interests are created. Business to business, will this relationship actually take leap off from this point on? So by and large, it's being viewed as a successful visit. Many, of course, say that the US is a good salesman. They've made a huge sales pitch to India. But as Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke in the US, he said, "I'm a Gujarati and business is in my blood." So it remains to be seen how the two businesses take this relationship forward. Counter-terrorism is one area where there will be intense cooperation in the times to come. There has been intense cooperation post-26/11. It is only set to intensify in the times to come, especially on the issue of de-radicalization. That is one area where US wants to follow to a large extent India's example and build on it back home. And that is one cooperation which is not restricted just to India and the United States, but more India, Europe in that front, Simi.
Right, Gaurav, stay on with us. We're going to keep coming back to you for more. In fact, the US's warmth towards India also making India's neighbors a little nervous. China, in fact, issued a statement saying that it sees Pakistan as its all-weather friend. We'll keep tracking updates on this big story. The US President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are now on their way to Saudi Arabia, ending their 2.5-day trip, which is being seen as a successful one by many experts. A short break here, lots more lined up. Do stay with us.